Hey, friends. Hello, hello, hello. Hey there. If you're here watching the replay, thank you so much for stopping by. My name is Svava Brooks. I am a trauma recovery coach, and you are watching the replay from my live stream here with fellow survivor thrivers on Periscope and YouTube, where we work together in a community, one day, one page at a time. We are working our way through the book and releasing your authentic self. And the trauma healing is hard work. It's hard work. So it's easier to have a community that we can find some support from on the journey. So thank you for stopping by. And if you're curious to learn more about the coaching that I offer, one-on-one or group, please visit my website, svavabrooks.com, to learn more. But if you're right here, right now, watching this live, then please say hello. Please let me know that you're here so I can welcome you. Today, we are going to dig deep, but we're going to start with checking in, see how we're doing, especially during these time of uncertainty. So how are you, my friends? Hey, friend, welcome. Hello, Rob. Hey, Sue. Hey, Rachel. No, it's Ricky. I'm sorry. I saw Rachel. Hello, Stephanie. Hey, friends. How are you? And to my Periscope friends, like I mentioned, I'm interacting with YouTube. If you want to join the chat on YouTube, please, you can find the link to my YouTube channel on my Periscope profile. But you're welcome to hang out with us right here, right now. Feel free to chime in, jump in, share, ask questions about trauma and healing. If I don't know the question, I will turn it over to the wise people in our community. So, yes. Hey, Denise, how are you? How is everybody today? Well, thank you. Well, I see that Church of Lioness. Well, thank you, my friend. Yes, how are we doing? So let's start with that. How are we doing? How is our day going? Thank you, Sue, for those beautiful flowers. Thank you. And I noticed that you made a comment on my Instagram story today. I went for a walk in the pouring rain. Just had to put the boots on and the raincoat and go out because I needed to go outside. You're silly. No, I don't think so. But you're welcome to hang out, right? You're welcome to hang out. Because we're in this together, my friend. I do not want to be put on a pedestal. Absolutely not. So there is Rachel. Hey, Rachel, how are you doing? How are you? Denise says, I need it to be Friday. Has it been a tough week? Has it been a tough week? Hey, Sue S. Love you all. Good to see you, my friend. Glad you're here. So I'm in pretty good spirits today. If I start with sharing where I'm at, and aside from the rain. But like I said, I did go on the rain and I did share the beautiful flowers that are out there blooming. And every time I go out there, the roses, Portland is the city of roses. So I go out and smell the roses, rain or shine. That's right, Sue S. I need it to be 2021. Yes, I think we all want a do-over. I'm ready for a do-over. So, but I think we're all doing the best we can. I'm pretty certain I can put that out there. We're doing the best we can, right? And that's good enough. Good enough. Good enough, right, guys? Are we all in agreement on that one? But I appreciate the love. The screen, the chat here has lit up with hearts. So I love, love, love the hearts. It's pink. They match my cup today. I'm drinking my love tea. Feels like a gloomy, I don't want to say a fall because it's way too spring-like out there to be fall. Yes, good enough, says Sue. Yep, good enough. Good enough. Yep, great to be in your company. I feel the same way. It does my heart good. It lifts the spirit. So I'm glad you guys are all here. Rachel says yesterday was tough, not feeling well emotionally and physically, but today a bit better. Hang out with you all here on my back deck. Beautiful evening here. Beautiful. Well, I'm sorry that yesterday was hard. I am sorry, but I'm glad you're feeling better. And I'm glad the weather in New Jersey is well enough for you to be outdoors. So that winter storm must have blown over. I think it was a week ago. You guys were looking at a cold front coming through. So I'm glad that's behind us. Glad that is behind us. So how are you doing, Lady Leo? Thanks for the update that you went to your procedure today. There are no secrets here, right? Sue says, I had a good day today, singing beautiful music, good walk, and I baked a cake. Nice. Nice to have a good day for a change. Yes. Any day when there is cake, that's a good day, at least in my book. I'm so proud of you, Sue. Baking up a storm lately. I knew you were short on flour for a while, so I'm glad that you got some flour and now you can start baking. So thank you for sharing that with us. Let's see here. Rachel says tomorrow 86. Nice. Planning on heading to the beach. Gotta give myself your mani-pedi tonight. Yeah, gotta look right for that beach. Just make sure, right? Space. Give yourself that space, social distancing, physical distancing from everybody. So be safe out there. But a beach sounds nice just about now. So Sue says, my new oven comes tomorrow and then I can cook and bake again. Yahoo! And Sue says, I didn't burn the cake this time. See? Each time we practice, it gets better. Gets better every time. So Lady Leo still sleepy, so I'm laying down watching. I may doze off. You all be poof. Prove, okay, that you don't snore. All right. Your secret is safe with us. She found her new oven. Yay. That's right. You guys got to show off. Show off your baked goods. Absolutely. Love it. Love it. So I saw that, Ricky, how are you doing? I saw you here way earlier. So just wanted to say hi. Hey, Elizabeth. Hey, friend. And I haven't heard from Stephanie. Stephanie said hi. I know this is a rowdy bunch, so it may feel a little overwhelming to see them all come rolling in here. But we are glad you're here. There you go. Dessert and tea party. Well, Facebook is rolling out something new, called the rooms. So is it the rooms or whatever? There's technology is changing so fast right now. It's a lot to keep up with. So, all right. Raki says, didn't bake, but made a stir fry and sweet potato soup. Ooh, that sounds nice. I was thinking of making sweet potato soup today with that gloomy, cold kind of weather. I love making soup. Love making soup. Yes. Good to hear, Elizabeth. Good to hear. Yep, I love stir fry too. Soon we'll be having a cook-off, bake-off, recipe exchange, etc., etc. This will soon turn into a baking show or something. Huh, that would be fun. That would be fun. Hey, friend, welcome. Hello. I'm interacting with my friends here on YouTube, but I'm glad you're here. Denise says, my week has been an emotional roller coaster. I'm afraid I don't see that changing for a little while. I'm sorry, my friend. I know. I'm sorry. That is hard. That is hard. Yes, we are sending you hugs, some love, some warmth. Holding you in our hearts, my friend. It's hard. It's hard. Gentle hugs. Yes. Yes. And we can send you a lot of love right here, right now, jumping into our heart and sending you lots of love. Stephanie says, yesterday, a big chunk Rise had to, through emotions, to let her know she is loved because I feel I am not loved. I hear you, Stephanie. I hear you. You're doing a beautiful job being there for yourself, being there for your inner child. I know it's hard. There you go. Thank you, Rob. Thank you, thank you, thank you, Rob. Appreciate that. Yes. He is. He is very sweet. He is. Well, my friends, of course, my fingers started bleeding. My hands are so dry from all the hand washing. So I'll have to put some pressure on in here. I'll be okay. Are we ready to dig in, my friends? Today's topic, right? One of those topics, kicking and screaming topic. the one we got to talk about, the one we got to get clear about, the one we got to sit with, mull over. That's one we really got to take from here to here. I say this is probably one of the hardest beliefs, one of the biggest toxic beliefs that we as survivors struggle with. So let me set it up for us here. So healing from child abuse can be blocked by one huge, very toxic belief. Because the adults you trusted were abusive to you as a child, chances are you grew up with caregivers, adults that did not meet your needs, right? Or were outright abusive. But because the adults that you trusted, right, were abusive to you, you believed that there was something wrong with you, right? You were just a child. You believed because of what they did to you, because you were dependent on them. You needed your caregivers. As children, we do not have a choice. We are hardwired for connection. We are hardwired, right? We quickly figure out, I need this person. My biology, my nervous system, I come with a system that is meant to be met with a caregiver to mirror back to me and to show me how to activate some of these parts that, need to get met to be realized. And if they're not, we come up with a story as children. We depend on these caregivers. So we come up with a story that because of our brain, where most of us, our brains weren't fully developed, that happens way, way, way later. The world is very black or white, either or. So the only option we had, because we loved these people, we were dependent on them, that if they're bad, or sometimes bad, right? But more, we had to believe that no matter what, even if they were sometimes bad, that they were good. There had to be a reason for why they were bad. And that reason was because there was something wrong with you. I don't know about you, that was my belief. I can still remember being like 6, 7 years old and wondering, what did I do wrong? What is wrong with me? But here's the thing, there was never anything wrong with you. The abusive adults around you, they needed changing, not you. And since most of us didn't grow up with families where things were talked about, right? We didn't get support. So this belief, right? We continued to hold on to this belief because, my friends, this belief is also what gives us hope. Because if we work on changing ourselves, if we work harder, if we just do whatever we can to please these people, these caregivers, for sure one day, if we're just good enough, if we just work hard enough, right, we won't be bad and they will get it. They will love us. So, anybody else relate? Turning ourselves into a pretzel, trying to please. And then this belief backfires as we get older. It serves a purpose when we're children. But then what happens as we get older? It starts to get in the way. It starts to get in the way because we actually, right? We believe it and we start to live out of it. Meaning it's like it's one of those filters that we believe and we put everything through that filter. I'm bad. And then it's hard to be in an intimate relationship, close friendship, right? Really getting close and to be seen and connected with people when we are always on guard. And then it's no longer just our belief system. Now it's our biology that is driven because inside of it is this part of us who is inherently bad and feels horrific shame. And so our biology becomes like this self-attacking. And our thinking becomes that inner critic who is toxic. It talks so bad about us and to us. Right? So the consequences of growing up in a household where we weren't protected, people didn't see us, hear us, delight in us, want to support us, want to keep us safe, want to get us out of there, understanding the developmental needs, recognizing that giving a child responsibility without any authority is actually abusive. Right? And none of this I understood. I had no idea until I started reading all these books about trauma, about child development, about parenting, about healing. And it was like repeatedly, this is what children do to survive. This is what you had to do to survive. And it's like, I've read that enough, right? Research has been done. We know this is what we do in order to survive. And here's the thing, right? I knew about it. I had read enough about it, but it still took me a long time. Again, from taking it from knowledge to believing it. Right? To embody this knowledge, because now I was treating myself as if I was bad. I was the one rejecting myself. I was the one affirming there was something wrong with me. And again, once I understood how I was doing that and why I was doing that, I could do something different. So, anybody else here grew up with, I'm bad, I'm broken, I need to change, there's something wrong with me? Thank you, Lady Leo. Appreciate the heads up. Aloe is good. I gotta get some. I do have I usually have a little thing with hand lotion around. So any thoughts, my friends? It got awfully quiet here. So just maybe, because when I turned on YouTube, I got a message that the live stream was unstable. So let me know if you can hear me. Maybe I'm frozen because you guys are usually not this quiet. So, but that's okay. I'm going to assume you're here since the video I still have the green dot and it's still running here. So the two questions, the comments, the two questions that I asked today, when you allow the fact to sink deep into your heart and soul, right, that there was nothing wrong with you, it wasn't you who needed changing, it was others. How does that make you feel? And the second question is, how does that change the way you see yourself? Okay, thank you. Sue came to the rescue. She's telling me she can see and hear me, but the comments have stopped. So must have stopped for everybody. So, all right. Well, I'll just keep going. We got to roll with it, right? That's what we do. We just roll with it. So, thank you, friends, for sharing your comments. Thank you, Rob. Thank you, friends. So, Denise, I don't see you giving me permission here to share your comment, but I have Sue S. and Sue P. Thank you. So, I'm going to start here with Sue P. She says, as a child, I was constantly told that everything was my fault and that I was a nuisance and a burden. And it was a real shock to be told that there was nothing wrong with me. I felt so wrong inside that I just couldn't grasp it at first. And it's taken a long time to sink in. It's been about working to change the story in my head that I was told by others for so many years, and recognizing that I don't have to try to be perfect because I am good enough exactly as I am. She goes on to say here, and that has meant I have more confidence now, and I don't need to hide anymore. It also makes it easier to stand up for myself and have clearer boundaries because I am starting to recognize my own worth. I don't have to accept disrespect from others now. But it's an ongoing thing for me, learning to take care of myself and be kinder to myself so that when things get tough, I don't default back to blaming myself again. Still very much work in progress. So thank you, Sue. And I can see we have some other members jumping in here, and I'm referring to our closed Facebook group where people are sharing their comments and how your comment is encouraging others, right? Just like I shared earlier, it's like I had no idea how common this was. That feeling broken, feeling like there was something wrong with me is actually a solution to our problem as children, right? Because the idea of living with parents, caregivers that are bad, we can't let that sink in. We can't take it in. It's too much, too big of a truth. So then again, like I said, we make it mean there's something wrong with us, that it was our fault. We did something. So thank you, Sue. Thank you for sharing. I really appreciate it. Yes, source of perfectionism. Exactly. Sue is sneaking in a comment here on Facebook Messenger. We're really multitasking now. So thank you, Sue. Right? So if I'm only good enough, if I'm only perfect enough, if I'm only fill in the blank, then, right? So, yeah, so now that we understand that, we can be on the lookout for it. We can, right, be mindful. The reason why I have this narrative in my mind is because I was just a child and it's not the truth. It's a lie. But now I'm an adult. I can be the parent and the protector now. Hey, Sue. Right? And it's my job to change the story. So thank you, thank you, thank you, Sue. Yep, the comments are working on Periscope. So Sue is multitasking here, testing it everywhere. So Sue S shared her comments and gave me permission to share with you. She says here, I've told myself that there was nothing wrong with me and I didn't deserve the abuse and traumas that happened to me. And yet I still feel there had to be a reason that so many people harmed me. What's more logical? One person was bad, that being me, or numerous people who weren't related. See, I would love for you guys, since you're here and you can't comment on this on YouTube right now, but I would love to talk about this more in the group, if you guys don't mind commenting on it, because this is so important. This is so important. This is one of those beliefs, one of those core, right, beliefs that we have, that we are inherently bad. And when it's wrapped up in so much shame, that we really need to dig in here and to correct it, do whatever we can to pull it out. And it shows up in all these different ways. Yes, that's right. Sue says here, so very hard when absolutely everybody tells you you're doing something or you are wrong or bad. Yes. Right. And that's the power of our beliefs. That's the power of, being human. And I can relate. And I know you're not alone, Sue. And again, this is where I would love for you guys to go in and comment and to affirm with here, Sue S, that, yeah, that was me. I thought I'm walking around with a sign on my head that here's a person to abuse. Just go ahead. Right? Like I thought I was like a magnet for crap, for abusive men, for abusive situations, for being mistreated, for taken advantage of, you name it. So of course, it made sense, right? It has to be me. But it wasn't. It was not. It was never you. Never. Never your fault. She goes on to say here, my mother was pure evil and my dad was too afraid to step in, so he did whatever he wanted, what she wanted. After I ran away and was homeless for over a year at the age 12, police took me off the streets just to pass me around amongst a group of them. Then I was placed into a foster home and I was abused by the father. No matter where I went, the abuse continued. So what was I supposed to believe? I'm so sorry, Sue. I'm so sorry, right? It was never your fault. Never, ever, 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 ever. She goes on to say here, as if that wasn't enough, when I joined the army to escape all my abusers, I ended up being hurt again and got pregnant. I was told it was my fault and that I brought shame again not only my unit, but the army. I can tell myself that it wasn't me until I'm blue in the face. Thank you. I absolutely hear you. Thank you, Rob. But the logical part of me just doesn't accept that I was innocent. I so want to believe I didn't deserve all that happened to me, and I will not give up in my healing journey. In my core, I know they were wrong, not just because everyone tells me so, but because there's nothing an infant or a toddler could possibly do to deserve to be thrown against the wall or beaten for crying. My heart and mind still yearn for answers as to why they did such a horrible things to a child. I truly believe that a little girl, right, that little 5-year-old within me couldn't have done anything to deserve what was done to her at such a tender age. But it doesn't take away the pain or erase the scars upon my heart and soul. With every beat of my heart, I yearn to feel unconditional love and wonder if that will ever happen. In the meantime, I have this experience to share with others, and together there is healing. I am here to empower myself and others and will not give up no matter what. Hey, Sue S., I want you to know I got a message here from Rob, since he can't comment on the YouTube stream right now, to tell you to pass on love, because this is a very important point that you have raised. Very real, very valid, very real, very valid. And Sue is over here too, sending you love. I hear you. I understand, right? None of that. All of that hurt was on those people. You were a victim. You were a victim, and with no healthy, caring, supportive adults to protect you. It was never her fault. Never her fault. And how we heal that, right? How we heal it is the hard, hurt, right? Of sitting with that 5-year-old, right? When you become her mom, you become her protector. The love, the protection that we needed, when you step in and you let her tell you all those stories, and you tell her over and over and over and over again, it was not her fault. She did never deserve that. She didn't do anything wrong. And she may try to convince you until she's blue in the face that all the proof she has, that it has to be her. It can't be anything else. That you, again, loving and firm with warmth, sit with her. Hey, baby girl, it was never your fault. I'm so sorry that happened. I am so sorry that happened to you. You should have been protected. You deserved to be with parents, right? That was your birthright, to be loved, to be protected. But you are here now. You are here now. You are here now to give that to her. And I know it takes a long time to do, right? Both, yes, Rob is saying here, she's amazing and I'm proud to know her. So it's both our right? Our nervous system, our biology, that we are faced when we are healing from this. Because if this is our childhood story, if this is our coping strategy, if this is the nervous system environment that we learned and we grew up in, yes, then it is going to take time. Sue P says, such courage to be where you are, as you have what it takes. Yes, yes. And she says, I'm so very sorry. Yes. And we are so glad that you're here with us. So glad that you're here with us. Because nothing you can say or do will make us turn away from you. Right? So I'm so grateful that you are bringing this out in a safe place and sharing with us. Thank you, thank you, thank you. And you can change this belief, right? And just like Sue shared, right? It's an active process, ongoing conversation that we're having with ourselves moving forward, right? We don't have to try to be perfect to please other people. It was never about that. We are good enough exactly as we are right here, right now. So thank you, thank you, thank you again. That was really, really, that was a lot. So that was a lot. But this is a safe place to share that. We hear you, we feel you, we see you. So, and since I can't get a yes or a no from Denise, I wanted to ask permission to share it before I share it publicly. So I'm going back and forth. So my friends, I really appreciate you guys being here today and sharing. Like I said when we started, this is one of the hardest beliefs for us to shift. That because it's such a powerful story that we come up with. Again, it is a survival strategy, and it works kind of both ways, right? To keep us from falling apart from the overwhelm of the truth that there is people in front of us providing for us that we aren't going to get our needs met. Yes. Yes. Right? And we have to come up with this story to survive. But then unfortunately, right, we are left with trying to correct it because it's not true. It's not true. We're not broken. There's nothing ever wrong with you. Nothing wrong with you, my friends. And Sue was saying here, I know this comes up, we'll have other opportunities to talk about it some more. And, on the healing journey, it's a reoccurring theme, right? It's like the thing that keeps coming back up, usually when we're making some big changes, or if we get triggered. Okay, thank you, Denise. She found me. Thank you. Thank you. She just sent me a Facebook message. So, all right. I'm going to share Denise's comment. Thank you, Denise. She says, right now, I just can't seem to wrap my head around the idea that something is not wrong with me. And I know I've said enough times, right, Denise, there is nothing wrong with you, but I hear you. She says here, all of my siblings say they had this loving and open relationship with my mother, and I simply didn't. I can't understand what was so wrong and different about me to make me be unreachable or unlovable. I only feel betrayed, abandoned, used, etc. by her. I wasn't important enough to her to be put first. She didn't believe me when I tried to confide in her. It's really difficult to believe it wasn't me when she was obviously capable of warmth and compassion, just not with me. I still have people in my community come up to me to tell me how much they miss her and how wonderful and amazing she was. It is just so hard to hear. Thank you, Denise. Again, I'm very, very sorry, right? Very, very sorry. And I understand you shared here, right? How to work it out. How do we work it out? Right? And I hear you, I understand. And, not to add or repeat what I've already said, but I also mentioned when I shared on your comment, when I responded that, I mean, I too grew up with a mother. Anybody else here grew up with a mother that looked like the most amazing person to the outside world? And everybody was like, wow, how great, how amazing, what a lovely home you must have, and all that, right? My mom was a teacher for developmental disabled children, had so much patience and love, but yet she wasn't there. She was checked out completely. Sue says here, people still tell me how wonderful my ex-husband was. Not the same, but I hear you. Yep, exactly. Exactly. And here's maybe the key piece, right? To honor your experience, even if no one else saw this, about your mom. Honor your truth. And what was very helpful was basically to write down all the ways I saw my mother, right? To separate who she is, who she was supposed to be, and who she was to others. And then what was my experience of this woman, right? Separate those two. And ultimately, right, it was nothing, it wasn't about nothing you could have done to change how she treated you, right? It wasn't your fault, right? And like I said, I saw my mom, and like Sue said, seeing her ex-husband being so amazing towards other people, but not towards us. So it is important that we find a way to sort it out and to recognize the part of you who doesn't want to give up that belief is our wounded child, right? We hold on to that belief. We hold on to it. So to be willing to consider, right, that as a child, you were wrong, right? As a child, you were wrong, but you are entitled to the truth of how you felt, right? The truth is, she wasn't warm and compassionate and supportive to you. And, I can still remember there's been a few very important relationships in my life and on my healing journey. And there was one particular that I took a stance about, like, this person is like gaslighting me and isn't, who she says she is, and she treats me differently than anybody else, and she's so phony, no one can see it but me. And I took a stand, and I had some people that were upset with me about it, and it was one of the scariest things I've ever done in my life. I was, in my 40s, but I was just like, I'm a grown woman. If I don't believe my gut now, then when? It was just my gut feeling. Like, this isn't right. Like, this is abusive. This is toxic. I'm not going to be part of this anymore. And it was hard. But eventually, by standing by my truth and honoring the truth of what I had seen and honoring the truth of how I felt, I learned slowly to trust myself, right? To stand by who I was, what I am choosing to, for myself, even when nobody else sees it. So I get passionate about this one. So it would have been fun to interact with all you guys on this one, but I think I've said enough about it. But I know this topic comes up again here for us. So, but thank you, Denise. Thank you, Sue. Both of you, Sues, for sharing. Thank you, thank you, thank you. And thank you all for your comments here. Really appreciate it. So, I did pull a card for us. And of course, it's perfect. They're always perfect. One day, he or she woke up and realized hope was embracing her. So, I don't know who needed that reminder today. You are being surrounded by hope. Hope was embracing her. Beautiful. She's holding a beautiful flower. I think it's perfect. And hope is key, Sue. That's right. And again, that when I realized that was so hopeful to me, when I realized, oh, it's a story that I made up. It's like I had to come up with this to survive my childhood, but now it's what's getting in the way of me, being fulfilled and, feeling intimate and close to others, because I think I'm bad. I thought it as a child, but I'm not a child anymore. I can stand up for myself. I can protect myself. I can say no. I can set boundaries. And I can love and honor and protect this little girl now. Be the mom, the protector she needed all along. And that was incredibly healing. All right, sweet friends. Thank you, thank you, thank you. And while I'm thinking of it, I will not be back here on Tuesday. I'll be back here on Thursday. Monday, Tuesday next week, very busy days. I have some online events, local business to take care of. And so Monday and Tuesday, there will be no live streams. And I will be, like I said, back here Thursday a week. But I'll be on YouTube, Facebook, Wednesday, Friday. I will put up a note, okay? Before I confuse you guys even more. So, well, thank you, thank you, thank you, sweet friends. Thank you for being here. Thank you for showing up for each other. Yes, I will be in the Facebook group tomorrow. Thank you, Sue. I'm still good through the week. Next week, we'll talk about next week then, okay? All right, sweet friend. I'm sorry about the technology hiccup here, but I'm not in control. I have no control. I just show up and see what happens. So yeah, Blur's Day, exactly. So yes, so thank you for all the hearts over here. And if you guys can give me a thumbs up on YouTube, it helps my videos to reach more people. And it's just a little ping there. So I really appreciate you guys giving me a thumbs up on YouTube, because I'm just trying to reach more people with my message. So with that, I say good night and good evening to everyone. Remember, there's nothing wrong with you, my friends. Absolutely nothing wrong with you. Nope. It's never too late. Never too late to learn to love ourselves. Never. Never too late. All right, loves. Much love to you too. Thank you, Sue. Thank you, friends. I'll see you next time. Bye now.